Hello and welcome back to Microsoft's Flight Simulator. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and today we are going to be taking a look at World Update 3, which is for the United Kingdom and Ireland. So I'm going to be taking a look at World Update 3. We're going to be talking a little bit, I've already talked a little bit in my 6-month review about how some things have improved, but predominantly we're going to be looking at the UK. And in this video we're going to be looking around London because a lot of the updates are in London in terms of the things that you can see, your points of interest. So we'll be looking around London today, and in other videos we'll check out places like Edinburgh, we'll fly maybe over Birmingham, we might have a look at some of the places in the countryside that have changed, and I'll be talking about some of the changes that they've made that maybe you will not see, it will not be obvious. The changes, if you're just playing this, if you just pick this up and decide to play it, might not be an obvious change, but I'll be talking a little bit about those as well. The way I'm going to do it is we're going to have Photogrammetry on in London for a little while, then I'm going to switch it off, and then we're going to have a look at London with Photogrammetry off so that we can see the points of interest a little bit better. As people already know, I do not tend to like the Photogrammetry cities, but that's because it doesn't work for me. I think the idea is great. The implementation is not, so I want to give this a chance as a world update, taking aside the Photogrammetry cities, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay, here we go. We are currently sitting at Biggin Hill Airport now. Is it double click or is it? I'm not sure. Let's get rid of that. Let's switch that on. Probably do not need it, but that's fine. That will do. That will do. We are in pretty much restricted airspace at the moment, Biggin Hill, but that's quite all right. And we're just going to fly today. I might end up using a nav aid at some point. Perhaps let's bring up some lighting, in fact. There we go. That's not too bad. Okay, up we go. This looks like a fairly good view, so we should be able to see London rather nicely. As I pointed out in the previous videos, performance has improved on this particular title. Some things have improved across the board. This has a weird drift. What's the wind? 270. So yes, things have improved across the board in terms of performance and things like that, but we still have some issues. Now, taking off from Biggin Hill, we are currently facing south, so we're actually going to do a turn. In fact, I don't think we are facing south, are we? Yes, we are. We are facing south. That's towards Gatwick. Those are the downs. So let's turn this around, and we're going to get our first view of London. In fact, if we turn around this way, you can have a view of the houses. Now, these are not houses. Ooh, why am I? Stop that. These are not houses that are part of the Photogrammetry, and you will see where the Photogrammetry comes in. It's actually rather obvious once you see it, and you can see London out in the distance. Might be a little juddery, no matter what, London always is, but you can see, I think you can see there where the Photogrammetry is compared to where the normal buildings are. But we'll fly over, we'll give it a chance, we'll fly over, and then we will switch it off and take a look. So whilst we're flying over to London, let's have a quick look at some of the things that have improved in World Update 3. So they did improve those terrain spike problems and the ones that I found in part 1 of my 6-month review. They've also fixed some water elevation and water masks, so all of them have been fixed. Some aircraft fixes, navigation fixes, some stuff to the SDK, but most importantly, when we're looking at in the UK, what they've done is they've improved across the UK, and one of the biggest things that they have done is they have improved the elevation data in the UK. So now we have far more accurate elevation data, and what that means is that the hills and the valleys are in a more accurate location, and they are more correct in terms of the actual peaks, the what's the right term between them, essentially the distance between them. So if, for example, if a mountain was, or if a hill was at 350 feet and then you had some divot in it, previously that might not have been recognized. It is now. So that is some of the things, those are some of the things that have been improved. As you can see, flying over the UK is rather simple, really, and it does look fairly realistic. Again, the roads do have this bleed through from the trees and everything, but I do not think there's much that can be done about that. Also, for people who are watching this who might watch my Transports Fever series, road going into footpath. Now you understand why I did what I did. That's just something more of an inside thing, nothing to do with Flight Simulator itself, although I have to of course applaud the fact that they've managed to get this realistically done. I mean, one of the things that this has done so well are the buildings, in terms of just the buildings and the roads. So I just wanted to have a look out here to see A2 junction. Not sure. Not A2, A3 maybe. Just wanted to see here. This looked like somewhere of interest. In fact, what I'm going to do is go on altitude hold. Thank you. And slow that down. 2500. Now I can have a look around. That's just a college of some sort, or a hospital perhaps. I think that's a college. This is a bit juddery, you can see. That's normal, that's to be expected. And should we be flying towards photogrammetry now? So, in fact, first of all, I just want to point out, if we do press heading, go on, thank you. I do want to point out, if we go to the external camera, how nice this looks. It really does look incredibly well done. There is one thing I need to do, in fact. I've just noticed something, and I want to give you the best experience here. So if I go to graphics and take a look at what am I after? I think that's causing some problems, so I'm going to drop that a little. Does that look any better? No, it doesn't. Okay. Right, yes. Also, what was I saying? This is really well done. That's what was it? Clapton Junction train station. Yeah, that's Clapton Junction. I'm fairly sure. But look how nice all of this looks. Now, one of the other things they've done in this update is they've got 10. I think they said they had 10 new archetypes for buildings in the UK. So they've got new styles for buildings to be displayed in the UK, and I think that's great as well. It just gives it that extra realism, which is something that we're missing now. Some of the things that might not be correct yet, for example, are these buildings. They might not be in the best shape at the moment, but I'll be honest, this is better than anything. This is genuinely better than anything else that any other sim can do. Now we're coming up to the photogrammetry part. So I want you to pay close attention to that. See, those buildings look quite very realistic. It's impressive. There's a football stadium of some sort. Oh, they have those as well. We'll probably end up flying over Chelsea and Arsenal and those places. They have football stadiums modelled. I think Twickenham is modelled, so we could go out that way and go see Twickenham. In fact, there it is. I'm assuming Wembley's model. In fact, yes, it is. I can see Wembley Stadium already. Here we go. Okay, the line, the definitive line between the standard models and photogrammetry. And I am going to say, look, that looks really good. This looks terrible until you get really close to it. So let's get, for example, look, we're looking at this. I want you to watch this. See? Good. Very London-like, but the loading, or it's just not loading in. It just is not loading in for some bizarre reason. Not properly anyway. It will slowly. You can see it's slowly trying to figure it out. Is that the oval? It's supposed to be. But yes, you can see the issues that we are having with photogrammetry. Is any of it loaded in? Some of it's loaded in now. But that looks a lot better. So I am going to momentarily switch it off so that we can see some of the additional buildings. For example, you can see, there you go. Look at these buildings. Custom buildings. And they sort of stick out like a sore thumb amongst the photogrammetry because they're such high quality and they're so well done. And they just stick out, and there you go, look, you can just see the edge of the photogrammetry there. It's so strange. Again, this is a new technology, as we pass near Waterloo Station. It's a new technology, but it certainly needs a lot of work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch off the photogrammetry, and let's see if we can appreciate London without it, and start having a look at some of these points of interest and really appreciating the hard work and detail that they have put into all of this. So let me switch off the photogrammetry and I will be right back. Okay, here we go, I'm back, and do you know what? That actually looks a lot better. It's not as realistic, but nothing sticks out anymore. I'm quite happy about that. Where'd my camera options go? There they are. Okay, so let's turn heading. Let's just go due east, and we'll have a better look around. And honestly, this is so nice. There's St Paul's Cathedral. Yes, I wish we had photogrammetry, but this is great. It truly is awesome. And the photogrammetry currently is available in a few cities. I believe it's available in Birmingham and Bristol, London. It's supposed to be in Portsmouth and Southampton. I'm not sure what's happened, and somewhere else as well. So in addition to the height changes and these points of interest, of which there are over 80 I believe, they've also got some airports like Manchester Barton. That's been recreated or created for this and added to it, which is awesome to have that. So there is a fair amount of work that has been done. It's just unfortunate that because of the limitations, I would say, of photogrammetry, we've got these issues. what's this? The A102. Okay, so for some reason, this building here just completely disappeared. So obviously the computer couldn't figure this one out. Of course, if that was photogrammetry, it would have that building, but everything else would look a little bit poor. So what we're going to do is we are going to... Let's see, what should we do? We're not going to go down the Lee Valley, no. Let's go towards the Docklands again. So let's turn in towards Docklands. I bet you there's a way to do this from the external camera, and I'm just messing this up. There probably is some option somewhere to do this. Smart cams targets? No. Okay, so we're heading towards the Docklands now. And you can see that we have the O2 Arena or Millennium Dome. Really nicely done. We have some ships, or some boats should I say, not really ships. Speaking of ships, I want to see if the Belfast is in here. That would be crucial to have. So let's head to... Ooh, what's wrong with this? There we go. 240. Now actually, if we head 250, we should be okay. So again, we can have a look at this, and this is nice. I can go into... What's the pause button? Is it just pause? There we go. I can actually do this, and this time, as I've mentioned before, I can actually do this, and it works. And we can have a look at London, and I think that depiction of London is far better. And also, let's I'm just going to see what happens if I really push this. This is going to kill my computer. Truly is. I'll try that. It's probably not required. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's going to probably look really nice now. It does. Drone focus, zoom level. Let's have it zoomed in a little. How do I do the rolling things? I've noticed when you sort of go in and out of... Was it that button? Which one locks it? There's a button here that locks this. It's not Z, what's the... I don't know. Let's go back in and out of showcase mode. Nope, I have it locked for some reason. Well, that's rubbish. This is a button I found by mistake the other day, and I do not know what that button is. Well, rubbish. Okay, so I cannot do anything right now with this, but I'm going to just give you a moment to really appreciate what they have done here in a positive light. So we've got the London Eye. You can see Canada Square there. Not all of the buildings. I can see the HSBC building, Canary Wharf. Is that the Citigroup building? And then in the distance you can see the Gherkin, the Shard. I think, I'm not sure what that is far away in the distance. Palace of Westminster. Is it Alt and F1 that I've got for this? Yes, I have. Oh, this is going to be very juddery, I think. Oh, goodbye. Wait for me. Wait for me. Okay. Yeah, you can see that's now extremely juddery. Although fairly smooth when you look at it like this, in this sort of a view. That's not too bad, really. So we get to appreciate here the quality of, look at that, the quality of these buildings. Really awesome. The other thing they've got, I have to show you in fact, where is it? There it is. One of my favourite buildings ever. That's one over there. That's the Royal Observatory over there, and that's Greenwich. That's the Greenwich line. That's where we have our Greenwich Mean Time, Maritime. I forgot what that's called. Greenwich Maritime now. It's the old Naval Academy. I really, really like that particular building. Where are you going? That's not what I've told you to do, have I? Hello? Why did Autopilot... Why has Autopilot gone and done that? Okay, so I'm still finding some bugs, clearly. But yeah, without... What on earth is going on? Without the photogrammetry, honestly, this looks fine. It's better than... It's better than explained, better than prepared. Look at these buildings here. That looks really nice. This Paddington Cathedral. As I said, this isn't perfect. For example, you can see there we've got an entire building missing. We have a railway, but an entire building missing. We have Blackfriars there. And let's turn in towards Buckingham Palace, shall we? I swear I've told us to do something different to what it's doing. I have. Why is it not listening? Whoa. Okay. Well, I think we've got some problems. I know what's happened. Okay. I know exactly what's happened. So, it seems to do this a lot. It seems to lose the synchronization on this for some bizarre reason. Every time we go into like a showcase or an active pause, it seems to do that, and that's what's caught me out and caught it out. So where on earth are we? Oh, it's somewhere over London, that's for sure. Ah, that looks like that's Euston Station. That must be King's Cross. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So Buckingham Palace is just down there, which we missed. But that's okay. Then we've got Paddington Station here. Again, this is where we have some of those issues. Go on, turn. This is where we have some of those issues where an entire building is missing, something that photogrammetry would have. We also have some bugs here, as you can see. Some severe drops for some reason. I think it's supposed to be a canal or something here. Or is there even a canal? Actually, you know what? Just thinking here, is this the Paddington Canal? If this is the Paddington Canal, it's certainly not anywhere near that deep. It's almost at ground level. You only go down a few steps if that is the Paddington. Oh, I think that is the Paddington Canal. Yes, you certainly do not do that. But you know what? Overall, I will be happy to say that without the photogrammetry, this is very, very nice. Okay, there is some sort of an issue here. Why are you so far away? It's... Well, that's some sort of problem. Okay, fine. Looks like I'm not going to be able to do that. Which means photos are going to be difficult to come by on this. But yes, I really do not have an issue with how this is created. What I would like is perhaps a little bit more in the way of textures in terms of colours, maybe different shades. So slightly darker buildings, slightly lighter buildings. What I will do is let's fly to Windsor. Yeah, let's do that. Let's fly to Windsor because there should be Windsor Castle. So if we turn due west now, and then I don't know how to reset the whole showcase camera because I have no idea what's happened to it. I cannot move it or anything. It seems to be stuck in some form. So we're flying towards Windsor. So you've got Heathrow Airport there. We should see Wembley Stadium there. There it is. Again, really nicely done. Very nice. We should see Twickenham near Richmond Park. So let's think. Heathrow, Richmond, Twickenham. There you go. Job done. Wasn't too hard to find. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see it's a little better. So Home of England Rugby. That there looks like an airfield for some reason. This is well done. As I said, just my recommendation now, and a lot of people's recommendation, is just switch Photogrammetry off. So whilst we're flying over this way, I'm just going to rattle off some of these place names that we have in here. Now they're not all in London, so you'll recognise some of these, I'm sure, from if you live in the UK you should recognise at least some of these. So you've got One Blackfriars, the BT Tower, Newfoundland, St George Wharf Tower, South Bank Tower, Fenchurch Street, the Sky Garden that is, the Leadenhall Building, the HSBC Building, which you saw, which is number 8 Canada Square, Tower 42, which I think is the Barclays. I think that's Barclays Tower. 25 Canada Square, which is the Citibank Building. 22 Bishopsgate, a Landmark Pinnacle, not a clue. Heron Tower, I think that's down south, further south. One Park Drive, not sure. The Scalpel, the Madison, 100 Bishopsgate, the Acon London 1, 30 St Mary Axe, which is the Gherkin. Strata, the Palace of Holyrood House, that's in Edinburgh. Blenheim Palace, not sure where that is. St James Palace, which is, I didn't go past St James Palace. Palace of Westminster, which is obviously, a lot of people know that as Big Ben and the House of Parliament. Glamis Castle, up north. Buckingham Palace, which we saw. The Archbishop's Palace in Maidstone. Wolversey Castle, Flaws Castle, Balmoral Castle. Balmoral is again up north. Hillsborough Castle, I think, is that near Sheffield? Dublin Castle in Dublin. Mount Stuart House, Blair Castle, Hampton Court Palace, Rock of Cashel, Stirling Castle, again that's in Stirling. Warwick Castle in Warwickshire. Windsor Castle, which is what we are headed towards now. Blarney Castle, Eileen Donnan Castle, that's in Ireland. Edinburgh Castle, middle of Edinburgh. Oh dear, this looks like a Welsh castle. Caernarfon Castle, yep. Canterbury Cathedral, incredible looking cathedral. Durham Cathedral, seen that looks incredible. Fountains Abbey, Lincoln Cathedral, you can see the Lincoln Cathedral from miles away. Salisbury Cathedral, again you can see from miles away. St Paul's Cathedral, which we saw. Westminster Abbey, which is right near House of Parliament. York Minster, which is basically the massive York Cathedral area. Angel of the North, which you'll see on the A1 going north near Newcastle. Blackpool Tower in Blackpool. The British Airways I-360 in Brighton. The Glenfinnan Viaduct, not sure which one that is. Humber Bridge in Humberside, or I think now it's East Riding of Yorkshire. I still know this is Humberside. The Jodrell Bank Observatory, I'd like to see that. The Kelpies, Maritime Greenwich, which was the old Naval Academy. Right, where are we? So, Heathrow Airport there. M4 there. So that's the King John Reservoir and the King George Reservoir. That's oh, I forgot the name of this place. I've literally driven through these areas many times. So Windsor should be right ahead of us. There it is. Perfect. There's Windsor Castle. That does look fairly good. Let's fly directly over it, and then I'll see if I can land at White Wortham, which is somewhere around this area, to finish off this particular video. Now, I'll keep reading these, by the way. I'm not going to read that aqueduct's name because I'm going to get it wrong. Royal Botanical Gardens, the Royal Liver Building, that's in Liverpool. Samson and Goliath, I have no idea what they are. The Spinnaker Tower, Stonehenge, of course. The Titanic Belfast, don't know what that is. Tower of London, which we've seen next to Tower Bridge. The Wales Millennium Centre, is that the Millennium Stadium? I'm not sure. Wallace Monument, the All England Club, Anfield Football Stadium, Emirates Stadium, Goodison Park. So Emirates is here in London, Anfield, Goodison Park are Liverpool, Everton and Liverpool FC. Old Trafford, Manchester, St James Park, Newcastle. That looks really good. Can I move my camera across? I cannot. Great. That actually looks. That's very, very realistic and very nicely done. That's some effort gone into that one. As we fly over Windsor, I think I need to go over Slough. And White Wortham should be somewhere around this area. It's just off the A404. Yeah. So I'm now just trying to navigate by roads. I don't know exactly where it is. I could probably find this on here. Honest. Nope. What's the right button for this? Not you. Not you. There it is. I think that's White Wortham. That's fine. We'll fly around a little bit whilst I'm reading this. And just appreciate that things look a lot better now in the UK. Look, that looks like a. I'll be honest. That looks like my old Skeletrix set. That's lovely. I like this. I like this as well. Very nicely done. The water looks stunning. The ground now looks very good. The buildings look really nice. The clouds are improved. Flight physics still need work, but overall this is getting better and better. The more time goes on, the better this is getting. And yes, that is the River Thames. This is where the Thames splits into two and then joins up again. Yeah, this is where the Thames splits into two and then joins up just around there. Right, continue reading some of these. So Blackfriars Railway Bridge, which I pointed out where the station was missing, although there was also one missing at Charing Cross. Blackfriars Bridge itself, Cannon Street Railway Bridge, that was another one that was missing. Cannon Street was missing. Southwark Bridge, Millennium Bridge, Southend Pier, the London Eye, the Eden Project. I need to see the Eden Project. We've seen places like Twickenham and Wembley. There's the Vauxhall Bridge, which is not the bridge, it's the bridge on the other side of the House of Parliament, not the one right near Big Ben, or the Elizabeth Tower. Big Ben is the actual bell inside the tower. 1 Canada Square, aka Canary Wharf. I remember when that was being built. Wow, that just shows how old I am. The Grosvenor Building, Waterloo Bridge, which is nice, the Hungerford Bridge, Golden Jubilee Bridges, Lambeth Bridge, Chelsea Bridge, Albert Bridge, Battersea Bridge, Battersea Railway Bridge, and Wandsworth Bridge, the Clifton Suspension Bridge, which is in Bristol. I think that's the one in Bristol. That goes over the Avon near the estuary. Forth Rail Bridge, Forth Road Bridge, and the Queensferry Crossing. All three of them are right near Edinburgh. One of them is the famous Red Bridge. I think it was based on original designs of Isambard Kingdom Brunel, or something like that, or based off his designs, I think. And then you've got the Queensferry Crossing, which is the new one, and then you've got the Forth Road Bridge, which is the older suspension bridge. The Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy Bridge, not a clue. Tees Transporter Bridge, I'm guessing that's Teesside. Tower Bridge, which you've seen. Tyne Bridge, I'm guessing that's going to be up north as well. And Westminster Bridge. And more. As well as handcrafted airports, Barrow, Liverpool, Land's End, Manchester Barton, as I mentioned, and Outskirts. So there you go. Those are some of the things that have been brought to this particular update, or with this particular update, to the UK. And you know what? I'm actually really pleased about the way they've done that. I think that the effort has been put in, whilst I am blindly looking around for an airfield there somewhere. I think the effort has been put in to it, and it does make this a lot nicer. I do like the elevation data changes as well. I flew some of this beforehand, and you do notice it in places where things just look better defined, places where you are looking at it and thinking, hang on, that's not right, that just looks like a hill that shouldn't be there. Those have been fixed, so these bugs have been sorted out, which I'm really glad about. And you know what, honestly, that looks really nice. I do wish that there was a bit more in terms of, I hope they return to this and continue to work with it. And the reason being is, of course, I want to see. This isn't White Waltham. I don't know where White Waltham is. That is it. Whatever it is, that's the one I'm landing at. Alright. Disengage autopilot. Bring ourselves in for a landing. So, yeah, I think that I hope they return to these, because I think it's going to be awesome when they come back on this and add even more. That's going to be really, really cool. What I really appreciate is that they are trying, and I certainly appreciate that, but they do need to be aware that in their trying, they need to maybe do a little bit more quality control, because I think that's where they lack at the moment. They seem to lack in quality control, and that's not a good thing. If you're lacking in quality control, to be honest, I don't think this is White Waltham, but I'm taking it anyway. If I can make the runway, I should be able to make the runway. I'm bringing the aircraft down nicely. But in terms of what they are doing and how they're bringing things forward, no, it's good. It is very nicely done, and I can see my. Ooh, look, that's a hockey. I know I shouldn't be distracted, but that's hockey. That is. No, don't be distracted. You're landing an aircraft incredibly quickly, but you're landing an aircraft. I need to slow this aircraft down. I always do this because I do not know where I am. I'm too busy looking around, and that's a good thing as well. For Flight Simulator, that's a good thing. If you're looking around and thinking, oh, this looks good, this looks good, this looks good, then that means Flight Simulators are doing something right. That's for certain. I do not have that much in the way of leeway with this runway, so let's bring the aircraft down. There we go. Slightly heavy landing. We're okay. not too bad. Thank you for getting out of the way, by the way. Really appreciate that. With that, I'm going to end this particular video. What are my thoughts? If I had to come up with thoughts, just if you're just watching this video and want my thoughts on what we can have. Where'd the car go? Are you crossed? I think this is a really good update overall. I'm not a fan of photogrammetry still. I think maybe in 2-3 years time it will look good, but certainly not right now. And I know, as I said, I know the problem. Maybe if they give us a level of detail option that we can use more of our processor, because my processor is running really cool. I'm not pushing it. So if I was to push this processor or start pushing the processor, I might be able to get some really nice graphics from the photogrammetry, and I'd love to see that. So I want that option available to me. If they can give me that option, I'll be quite I think I'll be quite happy with that. Where on earth am I supposed to go here? I'm just gonna potter around a little bit, I guess. But yes, if you haven't downloaded this, do go download it. If you have, obviously if you have, Flight Simulator 2020, or as we're now going to call it, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. 6 months on, and I think this is massively improved. Also, those trees are really nice. Those trees are, okay, the roots are, it's not exactly in the ground properly, but those trees are really nice. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit distracted now. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would massively help me out. I'd really appreciate that support, and I'll try and repay it in extra videos, or join the Discord community. Maybe there'll be something there that you particularly enjoy. You can also find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. It's just a shame that something went wrong with the showcase mode, because I would have very much liked to have shown or taken a few pictures and put them on Instagram, but I guess I cannot do everything. That's all from me, and I will see you next time in Microsoft's Flight Simulator.